take 2 years to put this course together. Somebody along. All right. We need to be sure. Okay. I think we have the recording is on right now. But unfortunately, we may not make the recording available to the general public. So this is one of the advantages we're going to supply and demand trading class. Okay. And I'm sure you guys are going to benefit a lot from today's class. I am definitely sure, because a lot of our students has been asking us to put up this course together, but there is time for everything, guys, as you guys know. All right, so we feel the time is now. The time is now. All right, so this is the rule of the game, guys. We are presently, okay. Okay, see my place. I want to be sure every damn thing is all right. Can see my screen, typing yes in the chat. I want to be sure we are on the same page. Typing chat. Let's be sure. Everything is perfect. All right, thank you so much. All right, so like I said, that if you are not ready for this class, I will implore you to please leave now before I remove you. If you are not ready for this class, please leave before we remove you. We wouldn't want you to take any offense by the time we remove you. Reason is this: we'll be having some questions, and if you are not participating, that means you are not ready for the class. So there's no point in you being that means you are not ready, so you don't have any reason. We want a lot of you to be teaching to the thing I'm going to be revealing to you. So you wouldn't want to take any offense if we remove you on the we so let's move further. Okay. Introduction to supply and demand trading system. This is prepared by the person you are hearing his voice, Abolade Adekola, the king maker. People call me the king maker, and those students who have been with this alias since inception. All right, so Ade Adekola, I'm the founder of King Online Trading School. King Online Trading School is operating under the company license of the Kingmaker Supply and Demand Trading Solutions Limited. Okay, the Kingmaker Supply and Demand Trading Solutions Limited is a registered company here in Nigeria. Okay, so we are operating legally, right? So everything we do, we are very, very cautious about everything we do, because this is a registered company. Real entrepreneur. I'm a financial market trader and investor. Okay, I've been in this business for my knowledge started as far back as 9, 10 years ago. Now, for those of you who have been hearing about demand, number one, okay, a concept. Sorry, guys, I got booted out. Network issue right there. Sorry, I got booted out. Okay, I think we are back. I think we are back. All right, so I've been trading in the financial market since 2015. I am privileged to have trained, coach, and mentor hundreds of students, both physically and online. But in the last two years or 18 months, I've been actively engaged in the physical class, one-on-one classes with a lot of. So that is one of the main reasons why it took us a lot of time and months to bring you this course. So we really, really apologize for that because a lot of our students has been minutes, okay? Pay close attention. So let's move further. Disclaimer. I'm not a financial market advisor. Okay. So the content of this training is for educational purpose only. All right. It is for educational purpose only, guys, not for any other thing. Sorry, I need to remove some people here. Just hold on, guys. I need to disable some things here. All right, if your video is on, please put it off. Okay, so let's move on. Now, why are we here tonight? Of this class. Number one, we are going to do a lot of supply and demand. Supply. I think I need to switch my network. The network is be sure everything is all right from beginning to the end. All right. Okay, guys, so sincere apology for this. We all know that this country is a lot of things is going wrong in this country. So we need to please let's endure. Okay, if you are in Nigeria, you will understand that a lot of things is happening in this country. So we need to just endure with each other. So I've tried to switch to another network, hoping that will be fine as well. Okay, so if you can hear me, please, guys, somebody should just type in 10 in the chat. Type in 10 in the chat. Somebody should just type in 10 in the chat if you can hear me. Just need one or two people to type in 10 in the chat. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. So, like I said, merits and demerits also, like every other trading system, supply and demand also advantage and disadvantage. Okay, advantage to better our trading system and try to stay away from the disadvantage. All right. So what drives the financial market? The financial market is there ranging from forex, stock, crypto, synthetic, and every other aspect of the financial market. There are forces that drives this financial market. It does not just move from one point to the other. All right? Are you with me? The financial market does not move from one point to the other without a force behind it. Okay? So this drives the financial market towards either the demand or supply. So you need to know those people or those who are behind these forces. All right? So that is what drives the financial market. Introduction of supply and demand trading system. In today's class, I will be introducing our supply and demand trading system to you. Okay, and trust me, believe my word, it is likely you have come across this type of trading system, and I bet you 80–95% of the time, you are most likely not to have come across this, okay? Because this is one of the most system you can find out there, right? And you will be amazed to learn something that is completely new, absolutely new to what you have learned about the supply and demand trading system you've learned in the past, all right? Because what we teach, the type of supply and demand trading system we are using to trade is in line with the institution, all right? So what you learn tonight is going to amaze you. The next one, the retail sentiment. If you are new to trading, or for those of us who have been in the system for a while, you must have been hearing about sentiment, retail, trading sentiments, all of that, speculation. But I tell you, there is a tool that you need to use that tells you exactly where they are not. 99.99% of traders out there do not know this. And today, I'll be pointing into that as well. So this will tell you when to start buying or when to start selling. And this will reveal the footprints of the institutions to you free of charge. All right. So the next one, trade management. All of that is wrong. Is that you need to manage your trade in line with the institution. okay, in line with the institutions. All right, so I'm going to be pointing into that as well. So if you can hear me, we are still together. Please, somebody should type in 1 in the chat. If we are still together on the same page, you can hear me pretty well. Type in 1 in the chat. All right, thank you so much, Timito. Thank you so much, Mr. Bright. I want everyone on the call to type in 1 in the chat. If you can hear me, if you're not typing anything, I'm going to remove you. This is not a pride. I want to be sure we are on the same page, right? I want to be sure we are together and you understand everything I've been dishing out so far. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Felix. Thank you so much, Miss Jem. Thank you so much, Mr. Femi. All right, Fadurobi. Thank you so much. Larabi, thank you so much. I suppose is telling us that you guys are ready to learn. Thank you so much, Sam. All right, so let's move further. Thank you so much, everyone. And I bet you this training class is something you will never regret. Trust me, trust my word. Those students who have been with me or with us for a while can testify to this, okay? So let's move further. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, introduction to supply and demand. Introduction to supply and demand. What is a supply and what is demand? Okay, what are the things you need to look out for when you talk about supply or demand? Supply and demand zones are specific areas on the trading chart. Okay, it is the significant buying or selling zone on the chart. This is an activity that occur using the price to move drastically either to the upside or to the downside. Now, you need to understand that there are nuances of supply and demand trading, and this is essential for traders to discern potential market reversal and identify the next direction market is heading to. Okay, you need to understand the nuances of supply and demand. This is very, very essential for any trader who wants to do good or make consistent profit in the financial market. If you understand the nuances of supply and demand, believe me, guys, you will surely and definitely know where market is heading to at a particular point in time. No doubt about that. But if you do not understand the nuances, trust me, it is going to be difficult. There are several supply and demand trading systems out there, and I have come across countless numbers of supply and demand. Either watch the video or the analysis. I laugh within my mind that this is completely out of it. Why? It's simply because the type of supply and demand trading system we are using to trade tells you and pinpoints the footprints of the institutions. It's as simple as that. You will testify to that. Okay, so let's move further. Supply and demand movement pattern. There are movement patterns of supply and demand. And I'm sure a lot of you guys must have heard about this. Okay, you must have heard about this. We have three types of movements when it comes to supply and demand. And number one, for those of us who have been in this system for some time, we should know what rally-based rally is all about. When we talk about rally-based rally, we talk about something like this. Okay, let me try to get a pen. Okay, we talk about rally when market push up. Okay, and base, the base is a small body candle. All right, or couple of small body candles. Then the next thing is rally, all right, which a lot of people think if you have something like this, you have rally, you have base, you have rally. This is completely wrong, all right? Rally base rally is this setup right here, okay? We have rally, we have base. A base is when you have a small body candle. I'm going to go into that. It does not really matter how many numbers of candle you have right here, okay? It might be 1, might be 2, might be 3. Then the next thing you have is a push-up, another rally. So that is rally, base, rally. I hope this is very clear. Now, the next one, we have drop, base, drop. This is the opposite of rally, base, rally. When we talk about drop, base, drop, we have a drop where market push down, okay? Then pause for a while, okay? Base, the base is when you have the small body candle. Then the next thing is a drop. All right, I hope this is very, very clear. So this is a drop, base, drop, not a lower low pattern, all right? Because a lot of people see this lower low, this movement pattern, okay? When you have a drop, okay, market push up a little bit, then drop, creates a low, then they consider this drop, base, drop. This is completely wrong, all right? This is completely wrong. I tell you from experience, and you will surely testify to this as we journey. Okay, so let's move on. The next one is rally base drop, okay? Rally base drop, RBD, and drop base rally. And trust me, this right here, this third movement, you all know, you probably will know what this is all about. And I can tell you large number of you guys in this class do not know why this is called rally based drop, okay? Generally, we know that the financial market has 3 phases, okay? When you have the upward movements, okay? Then the downward movements and the sideways, all right? So this one right here corresponds to the upward movement, while this one right here, the drop base drop, corresponds to the downward movement, while the rally base drop and drop base rally corresponds to the sideways, all right? Now, rally base drop, this is something that gives you a huge advantage to go into the trade or to exit. Now, I'm going to explain something right here. When we talk about rally base drop, we talk about a movement up right here, okay? Then we have base right here. We have a drop, all right? Rally, base, drop. Now, the next thing you will have right there is to have a base right here. Okay, remember, this is what we have right here. Okay, this is what we have. We have rally, we have base, we have rally, we have base, then we have drop. Then followed by another base before this one, okay? Then we have another, rally, base, drop. This is where you have the sideways market. And this, you can use it to enter a trade when we are either at demand or supply. All right. We wait for the rally base or rally base drop or drop base rally to get taken out before we go into the market. Either it breaks to the upside, okay, then we buy, or it breaks to the downside, then we sell. Okay, this is just an overview of what how to explain this. We still have a lot of things to dish out tonight. So those are the three things, three movements of supply and demand. We have rally based rally, okay, which is for the upward movement. We have drop based drop, which is for the downward movement, followed by rally based drop and drop based rally, which represents the sideways movement of the market. Hope this is making some sense, guys. Okay, now let's push further. Advantages and disadvantages of supply and demand trading system. Advantages and disadvantages of supply and demand trading system. Like I said earlier on, we have merits and demerits of anything in this world. Okay, as human beings, we also have our advantage and disadvantage. So does anything we do. If you drink water too much, some people will tell you it has its own disadvantage. If you eat too much, they will tell you it has its own disadvantage. So does trading, and so does supply and demand trading system. But we need to make use of the advantage and be aware of the disadvantage so that we will not get our hands burned in the financial market. So let's move further. Let's talk about the advantages of supply and demand trading system. Number one, you want to write this down. Supply and demand zones are more stronger. They are more stronger. Now, if you are trading with the right supply and demand trading system, just like we do, you will understand that anytime the market drops into the demand, I beg your pardon, and push up into the demand, into the supply, immediately markets contract any of this area of supply or demand. The next thing you are going to have is a drop from that supply or a drastic movement to the upside from that demand. But if you do not have the right supply and demand zones drawn correctly, believe me, market is not going to respect that. So each time and anytime markets push into either supply or demand, the next movement is going to of the time is going to be large, and I'll prove that to you tonight. It's going to be large. Now the next one of the advantage of supply and demand trading system is it has a more perfect area to trade from, more perfect area. When you are trading with the type of supply and demand trading system we are using, you will not find yourself wanting, because a lot of people will say, oh, I've waited for 5 days, 6 days, I haven't seen any trade. The type of supply and demand trading system demands you to wait as well, but a lot of time there will be trade entry on the chart. A lot of time, because it tells you and pinpoints the footprints of the institutions. Sometimes we wait for 2 weeks before we pick quality trades, no doubt. So just like with every other trading system, the waiting period is inevitable. Okay, you need to wait when the market demands you to wait. But this gives you the perfect area to trade from. So it gives you assurance that when you trade from a particular zone, you are likely going to win that trade, or the trade is likely going to move in your direction. The next one, price usually respects valid zones. If you take a look at this, and if you go to YouTube, just type in the supply and demand, I'm sure you will come across hundreds of supply and demand videos. Try to watch few, probably 5, 6, 7, or 10 videos and compare it with each other. You will notice that each time, or most of the time, or sometimes when price hits either their supply or demand, it breaks. It breaks. Why? It is because most of those supply or demand zones are not the full footprints of the institutions. That is it. That is it. And a lot of traders do not know when the institutions are focusing on higher time frame and when they are focusing on lower time frame. That is another problem a lot of traders who claim they are trading supply and demand trading system usually have. Okay, but the type of the supply and demand trading we have been using for quite some time tells you when to printed on the chart. You learn the trading system, you understand it. They don't need to tell you it is time for you to go out. When price gets to a particular area on the chart, it's either decline or push up, depending on the direction. So price usually respects valid zones on the chart. If you draw the zone correctly and accurately, price will present, because nothing is 100% when it comes to the financial market. I'm not saying 100%, but a lot of time, price will reflect. This is another thing that delights me. We know this ahead. We usually get to know this ahead that, okay, we know that going to break. Okay, somebody said, Mr. Sharif said, my voice is cracking. Oh, guys, please, I need 2 or 3 people to confirm the same. Let me know if you can hear me very well or my voice is cracking. I want to be sure. Cracking, please type in 5. If you can hear me very well and it's not cracking, type in 5. If it is cracking, just let me know in the chat, everyone. Cracking, you probably need to, okay. The network is perfect over here. I think. Thank you so much, Mr. Femi. Thank you so much, Olas Felix. Thank you so much, Mr. Bright. I think you probably need to log out and come back. Okay, maybe that will help from your end. If you are in Nigeria, you will understand that things are not stable in the last for the past 18 months. Things has not been stable in this country, but we trust God is going to fix it for us. Okay, so let's push further, guys. So the number 3 aspect of it is this: price usually respect valid zones. If you get the zones correctly, price will definitely respect it. And if that zone is going to break, we know that ahead. So we don't argue. All right. So that is it. Let's move further because of our time. Movements from the zones are mostly large. I have said this before. If price come into the demand, for instance, price drops into the demand. The next thing, if that demand is going to hold, the next thing you are going to have is either you have a large push up or a medium push. All right, either of the two. And then if those two is not going to come up, then the next thing is for the zone to break, and we get to know this ahead of time. Price moves from zone to zone. This is something really, really good. If you are using or you are trading with the right supply and demand trading system, you should know the next zone price is heading to. It is not, if price is heading higher, you should know the exact point either on the weekly time frame, daily time frame, or any time frame. You should know when price is going to reverse. So this helps us to be able to manage our trade accordingly, and it tells us when to come out of the market. It's as simple as that. But many people trade blindly without knowing their destination. So if this is happening to you, I'm sorry, it is going to be more difficult for you to make profits in the financial market. So you need to learn a trading system that works. All right. So value zones respond to economic news. Wow, guys, let me blow your mind. And my word is my bond. You're going to you get to know this as time goes on. Value zones, the economic news responds to the type of supply and demand trading system we trade. It's as simple as that. If price comes into our mapped demand area and we have a news, probably a negative news. Let's, for instance, we are on the Euro USD demand, daily demand, for instance, or 4 hours demand, for instance. And the news says the US USD news is going to drop. The next thing you are going to see, if price comes into our demand, the next thing you are going to see is for price to push up. The news helps and fuel the type of supply and demand trading system we are trading. It helps the market to push up, to kick off from that demand, probably to the next demand zone or the next lower time frame demand zone. So whenever we have the news coming up on a particular currency, if price is on that demand or at the supply, depending on the proposed outcome of the news, we know what is what I said. My word is my bond. 95% of the time, the news responds to that zone. To any zone we map out on the chart, the news responds to it 95% of the time. And this is more than enough for anyone. All right. So if we are still on the same page, you can hear me loud and clear. Please, somebody is typing 1 in the charts. Just typing 1 in the charts. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Sulaiman. All right. Balarabe, thank you so much. All right. All right. Thank you. Let's move further, guys. Without wasting much of our time, I need to remove 2 people here because they have not been participating. I've been taking a look at the chart. Okay, so let's move on, but I'm going to remove them shortly. So this will be like a warning to them because we don't want a class where students won't participate. That means you're not ready for the class. Okay, so let's move on. So take note of the advantage of supply and demand. So let's talk about the disadvantage. The type of supply and demand trading system we are using does not have much disadvantage, okay? But these 2 disadvantages, you need to pay close attention to them. 1, it requires a lot of patience, okay? If we are waiting for price to drop into the daily demand, we need to be patient for it. Just like with every other trading system out there, you need to wait, okay, for price to come into your into the actual area you intend to pick your trade. All right, so it requires a lot of patience. The next one, if the right supply or demand zone is not spotted, it will validate wrong entry. Okay, this is telling us that you need to have the right trading system in place. You need to learn it the right way. If you do not draw the supply or demand area accurately, this is going to validate the wrong entry for you. For instance, let's say this area right here, it's not a valid demand area, and you have drawn the demand to be at this level. If price comes into it, trust me, it is going to break it or go sideways right there and hit you out in loss. But if you have the accurate demand in place, you draw this demand accurately based on the history on the chart. Okay, because one demand or supply is going to lead to another one. We don't just look at the chart and said, okay, this is a demand area. No, there is an history that leads to this one, okay, that tells us that this is valid. That is why it is very, very difficult for us to pick the wrong demand or supply area. If you follow the history, we follow history on the chart, on a particular chart, to draw the next supply or demand. Okay, so if the history on the chart tells you that this is a valid demand and you draw it accurately, the moment price comes into it, higher tendency, price is going to respect it and push up. It's as simple as that. All right, so if the right supply and demand zone is not spotted, guys, it is going to give you wrong entry and you are going to lose it. So you want to pay close attention to every details of information we have for you. All right, so let's move on. We promise this is not going to be more than 1 hour, 30 minutes. We already have 50 minutes up. Okay, so let's talk about what drives the financial market. What drives the financial market? The financial market consists of two categories of people. There are two sets of people in the financial market. You and I belong to one, okay, which is the retail, all right? And there is another set, which is the bank, the institutions, and the big fish in the market, okay? So under the retail, we have retail traders like me and you. We are the retail traders. We do not have the kind of money the hedge funds have to push into the market, okay? Do you have $5 million to push into the market at a go? No. So the retail traders they are the small investors, you and I and every other small traders across the world. And this next category is the wholesales. So who are the wholesalers? The hedge funds, the institutions, and the bank, the central bank of your country and my country. So these are the people controlling the financial market. And whenever they trade in the financial market, they leave their footprints on the chart for you and I to follow them, for you and I to trade along with them. But you need to recognize, you need to understand these footprints. If you do not understand it, guys, it is going to be very, very difficult for you to make money in the financial market. And I tell you, there are a lot of things you need to know when it comes to charts, okay? And the type of supply and demand trading system we are using to trade, it is not meant for the lazy ones. In fact, the financial market generally, it is not meant for the lazy ones. If you are not ready to work hard, if you are not ready to dedicate time, if you are not ready to dedicate resources, you are not going to know the right path to follow. We want to trade along with the institutions. We want to see the footprints of the banks. This is where the right knowledge comes in. You don't have the right knowledge, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to make money as a retailer in the financial market. The financial market is so huge, so large, that no amount of money you and I put into the financial market that it is not going to show that we have a penny in the financial market. So we want to seize that opportunity to trade whenever the institutions, the bank, the hedge funds, whenever they trade, we want to be able to see the areas they are taking their trade. Whenever you are able to spot that, okay, this is where the institutions will come into the market, trust me, 8 out of 10, you are going to win your trade. 8 out of 10, you are going to win your trade. So let's keep further, guys. Let me start introducing our core supply and demand trading system to you. Okay. Our core supply and demand trading system is one of the unique trading systems you can find out there. It is likely that you have come across this. Likely, it is likely, but I tell you and I bet you this is rare. Okay, it is a rare trading system out there, one of the numerous or thousands of the trading is absolutely unique. Okay, and trust me, trust my word. As time goes on, and right from today, you will understand, and your perspective will change when it comes to supply and demand trading system. That is a promise. Okay, so what I'm going to be teaching you today about our supply and demand trading system is how to locate institutional trend line. Now, guys, let me take some water, please. All right. You want to locate the institutional trend line, but I tell you guys, all the things you have probably learned in the past, or all the educations, let me put it that way, all the financial educations you've probably learned in the past, when it comes to trend line, I bet you there are a bunch of waste of time. Today, I'm going to prove that to you, because the institutions, the banks, the hedge funds, those that are controlling the market, they are not looking at the trend line the same way you are looking at the trend line. They are not looking at the trend line the same way a lot of retail traders out there are looking at the trend line. Now, if you are able to understand, spot the exact area the institutions are looking at on the trend line, then I bet you are not going to trade wrongly again. Your perspective will change about trend line. Okay. Now, when it comes to trend line, the general belief is this. Okay. When let's say, okay, we have a downtrend, we have a push down, reversal, then a drop, which gives you a high, a low, a high, and a low. Okay, this is general belief. Then we have another one, a push up, downtrend, then a low, a high, and a low. This is general belief of people that, okay, you need to push in your trend line. That is general belief. Today, I'm going to prove that's wrong. I'm going to prove you wrong. I beg your pardon. Tonight, I'm going to prove you wrong. So the next one is how to locate institutional supply and demand. Wow. This is really, really amazing. You want to locate the exact point the institutions draw their demand or supply zones. And I'm going to show you tonight why and how the institution sweeps and collects all the stop loss of traders, of retail traders, I beg your pardon, automatically and by default, and take the opposite trade. So these are the two things I'm going to show you, and we have numerous ways, 4 ways of locating this the supply and demand. But because of our time tonight, I'm going to be sharing one with you. And this one alone, if you can use that alone, trust me, over and over and over and over again, you will continue to win in the financial market. No doubt, this is not it's not the fact that I'm trying to elevate what I teach. No, I'm going to prove that to you tonight. So these two things I'm going to teach you tonight: how to locate institutional trend line and how to locate the institutional supply and demand, how to draw it as well, right? How to draw that supply and demand. So now, let's take this off because of our time. Now, take a look at this diagram, guys. Let's, for instance, this is a demand area right here, where we have rally, we have base, we have drop, we have base, we have rally, we have base, we have drop. Okay, remember the third movement, which is the sideways. Okay, rally, base, drop. Okay, and base, rally, drop, base. So that is it. This is the movement. Okay, let's say we have the demand right here, and right after that, price push up. The moment price push up right here, the retail traders enter the trade along this move, hoping that, oh, price has kicked off. Let me enter. Let me go into the market. Let me quickly buy, so that when it pushes up further, I can be able to make some profit. But what happens when price gets to a certain point? Okay, a certain point in the sense that market is not going to move much higher. Then the next thing you're going to see is price push down, return back into the demand, and finally take off that larger move we talked about a few minutes ago. So, but if you learn the type of supply and demand trading system we are using, trust me, whenever price kicks up this way, you will just laugh. You know exactly what is going to happen. You know exactly when when price is going to reverse and come back. It's as simple as that. When it keeps moving, when it keeps moving like that, you don't stress yourself. You know it's going to give you a signal that, okay, market is going to return, is ready to pause from this top and return back to the demand, okay, to take that larger position to the upside. It's as simple as that, okay? But the retail traders just go into the market the moment they see that, okay, this is a move. The move is happening. They go into the market, add more trade. And as they add more trade, trust me, guys, the retail sentiment is also revealing these footprints. The moment they keep adding this trade, the retail sentiment, okay, which we talked about, I'm going to show you this night, also review this movement as well. That, oh, look at how the retail traders are adding to their movement. They are adding to their buy sentiment will tell you. Now, as they keep adding to their order, what happens? Immediately the institutions reverse, sweep all these orders out, reverse back into the demand, where the pending order is placed, then take their original move to the upside, expecting that large movement to come. So we don't enter when the retails go into the market. We wait for the demand to get tested again before we take our own trade. So let's go into the live chart now. I'm going to show you how to locate institutional trend line, okay? What the institutions are looking at on the chart and how they plot in their own supply and demand and how they take their trade. This is going to amaze you guys. If we are still together, we are still on the same page, type in amaze in the chat. Type in amaze in the chat. If we are still together, type in amaze in the chat. All right, thank you so much. I think at this point, I'm going to remove some people. Yes. Let me see who is not going to respond. I'm going to remove some people. This is not a joke. Okay, thank you so much, Temitokpe. Aku, thank you so much. Big Sam, thank you so much. Sharif, thank you so much. Okay. Emmanuel, thank you so much. Lexi, thank you. Balaribe, thank you. Mr. Felix, thank you. Ola. Mr. Sam, all right. Ola Dimeji, thank you so much. Okay, all right. All right, I think I need to remove this person. I've been able to spot someone right here. Just a moment, guys. Okay. Okay. I think Collins has not been responding on the chat. I'm going to remove him now. This is not a pride. I just want to be sure. Rodalyn has not been responding on the chat. I'm going to remove that person right now. I'm going to remove the person right now. Okay. Okay, Collins has not been responding as well. I'm going to remove him. Oh, just responded. I have not been seeing your chat. We are not here to joke, believe me. We are not here to joke, to play. So I need to be sure everyone is responding to the chat. So this is an advantage that we are in the same class. Infinix X6525 is not responding. I'm going to remove the person. I'm going to remove the person. Just a moment, guys. We'll dive into the live chat right now. In the next 1 or 2 minutes. But trust me, guys, get your pen, paper ready. Just like you've been jotting, this is another section you need to jot. I need to remove Infinix X65. Okay, was waiting if he or she is going to respond. Okay, yeah. All right, thank you, guys. Super excited to have those who are really, really interested to have on the chat. It is not all about having a bunch of people, but it's all about having those who are really, really interested to learn. Okay, so let me share my chart with you. All right, if you can see my chart, please somebody should type in 5. Type in 5, everybody. If you can see my chart, you can see my trading view. Type in charts. Type in 5, I beg your pardon. Everybody. All right, thank you so much. Super excited. I'm so fired up to be with you guys tonight. So fired up. All right, let's go in. So now, we want to talk about what trend line is all about. What trend line is all about. After taking out this diagram, I'm going to prove that to you, show that to you on the chart, right here on the chart. So now, let's say right now we have a trend line. Okay. Just a moment. Okay. General belief of how to draw a trend line is this. We have a push up. Okay. The market drop. Let's say probably market contacted supply right here. We have another push up, right? Now, by virtue of general belief, the general price breaks this low right here, then you have a trend, right? Am I correct? That is the general belief. Now, let's say we have another push down, price breaks this low, pushed up again, okay? Breaks another low, push down. Now, if you are to draw your trend line, how will you draw it, guys? Now, I'm going to ask you a question. How will you draw it if you are to draw your trend line? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Where will you start from if you are to draw your trend line? Type the appropriate number in the chart. Where will you start drawing your trend line from? You as a trader, you have a trend that looks like this and you want to draw your trend line. How will you draw it? Start from 2, from 1, from 2, from 3. Put that in the chart. From 1. Mr. Felix says from 1. Okay? I trade from 1. Aku from 1. Everybody type in something. From 1 to 3. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Said from 1 to 3. Mr. Andy, everybody said from 1. Somebody said from 2. Well, we will know if that is correct or not. Who else is typing in the chat? Everybody said from 1 to 3. From 1 to 3. This is absolutely wrong. Okay? Wrong. Wrong. Okay? Guys, this is absolutely wrong. And I will tell you why this is absolutely wrong. Now, take a look at this. By virtue of this is a move right here. Okay? We have a high, a low, a high, lower low, lower high, and another lower low. The institutions, they are not so concerned about this whole movement. Okay? The institutions are not looking about this whole movement. Their own main concern, it is these two lower low and lower high. That is what the institutions are concerned about. I tell you, it's as simple as that. The institutions don't take a look at the trend line from here, here, and here. All right? So I'm going to prove that further, guys. Let me take some of these things away. Okay. So now, by virtue of this, oops, sorry about that. Okay. Draw your trend line from here, okay, as the mainstream traders, okay, the general traders, the retail traders, draw it from here, connect it with this one, connect it with this one, and draw it into the future. All right, and this is it. The retail traders, okay, believe that the moment price reverse up to this level to test the trend line again, that is the time to sell. Am I correct? If I'm speaking your mind, type in yes in the chat. If I am speaking your mind, type in yes in the chat. And I'll tell you why that is wrong. If I'm speaking your mind, type in yes in the chat. Thank you so much, everyone. That is the general belief of people, that the retail traders out there, that you need to, that is what you've been taught. That is what you've been, the videos you've been watching. That is what you've been reading in the book. That is what you've been taught so far. So they believe that the moment price comes into this place, into the trend line again, okay, testing the level 4 right here, okay, we have the fourth test or the second test. Anytime the price return back into the trend line, then you sell. This is not sustainable. It is not sustainable. Why? It is not sustainable because the institutions are only looking at these two areas right here. Okay? We have another low right here from 0.3 to 4. That is what they are looking at. Now I'm going to erase everything. Let me show you something. Here we have the push up right here. Let's say, okay, price push, okay, from that side, return, okay, return this way. Now this is it. By virtue of this, we are to draw the trend line, right? We are to draw the trend line, am I correct? Now, the moment we have another touch right here, what you have been taught is to sell. If you are to sell, let's say you sold right here, price drop, you are lucky, right? You think that is going to continue. Am I correct? You believe that is going to continue, expecting and waiting for price to come back up to this level again. Now, let me try to, just a moment, guys. Push. Okay. Now we have another low right here. We have another low. Another low has been created right here. So from here down to this place, the institutions neglect it. So they take their trade, their trend line from this one, connect it with this one. They are only concerned with the last two high. It's as simple as that. So now we have that in place. We're expecting price to push up. You as a trader to push up to this place. Okay. The moment it comes into this trend line, what happens? You are expecting it to drop. You are waiting for some kind of a doji candle, okay, or an engulfing, or a bearish engulfing, or well, any candlestick pattern that tells you that this is going to drop. Now, let's say we have a 50% candle right. Sorry, I said 50%. We have a small body candle right here. Oops. Okay. Let's say we have okay. Let's say we have a pin bar right here. Now, by virtue of this move, guys, take a look at it. What will you do right here? The next thing is to sell. Okay, either you put in your sell pending order right here and your stop loss right here. Now, what happens? What happens next is because the institutions are looking at these two eyes. They are looking at these two eyes. Because you are not looking at these two areas, you are like expecting price to do the same thing it has done right here, to do it here again. What happened next? You have taken your trade, or probably you have an instant sell order or pending order for a sell. Put your entry right here and your stop loss right here. The next thing that is going to happen next is this. You see a big, tall green candle. You see a big, tall green candle sweeping up the stop losses right here. Why? Because the institutions are looking at these two highs. You, as a retail trader, you are looking at the whole movement. You are looking at the whole movement, expecting price to come in here, test the trend line again, and drop. Now, Let me try to remove something. Okay. So you as a trader, you're expecting this to drop right here. And the next thing the institutions do is to just come into the market, put in more order, clear all the stop losses, and price continue to push up like that. By virtue of this move right here, guys, we call this momentum shift. Momentum shift. Why? Because price was initially heading down, and all of a sudden, price shifted from a downtrend to the upside. It shifted from the downtrend to the uptrend. So now, if I'm speaking the real thing, guys, tapping something in the chart. If you are fired up, tapping something in the chart. So now, if you are able to recognize this type of move, guys, would you have gone into the market? Would you have gone into the market? Would you have sold right here if you know exactly what the institution is going to do right here? Tell me, be sincere. Would you have sold right here if you know that the institutions are likely going to push in more order, break the trend line, and push in more buy order? Would you have sold? Be sincere with you. Be sincere with yourself. I beg your pardon. Oh, some people said yes. You wouldn't. Thank you so much. You will not. So we get to discover this ahead. We know exactly when the institution is going to use this trend line to propel price to the downside. It's as simple as that. That is what you need to see right here that tells you that, see, the institution is going to use this trend line to push it to the downside. A lot of time when a trend line is going to be respected, we expect a demand to be here. Or let's say, let me use this one. If this trend line is going to be respected, definitely there is going to be a demand in support of that trend line, telling you that, see, this is likely going to drop. So a lot of time, 80% of the time, when it corresponds that way, price respect it. So, and if it's going to break without respecting the trend line, you will know that depends on the forces of the market. If you have other time frame forces and you're trading on the H4, you will know that this trend line, you will know when it's likely going to break. You will know that, okay, we are on this also time frame forces. This trend line is going to break. You will know that ahead. Nothing more, nothing less. I hope this is very, very clear. If this is clear to you guys, type in clear in the chat. Now let's spread this further. Let me show you how to draw the demand, the zones. Okay, I've been able to prove to you the trend line, the areas the institutions are looking at. Okay, so that is what you need to know. You need to pay close attention to every details on the chart. Okay, so now we have okay, let me quickly show you something. Now, let's say we have a trend line right here. Okay, we have a trend line. This is going to be an addition. Okay, let's say this is the trend line the institutions are currently looking at. All right, they are currently looking at this. Now, by the based on the supply and demand trading terminology, this is drop, okay, base, rally, base, and drop. Okay, drop, base, rally, base, drop consists of a downtrend. That is a complete downtrend. Drop, base, rally, base, drop. That is a downtrend. Now, at this point, okay, we don't just draw the trend line at this point and at this point. What do we look at? for us to be able to know that this trend line is valid, we don't just draw trend line. A lot of people draw trend line shabbily, hoping that once they see something like this, just draw your trend line. We don't just draw it. There are some trend that you're going to see this way that we ignore. We don't draw it. Yes, we don't draw it. Why? Because there's what we need to see something right at this point and something at this point. These two things will tell us that, see, this is a valid trend line. We validate the trend line. When you're able to validate your trend line, trust me, 90% of the time, 80–90% of the time, you are going to be wrong. You are going to be right, I beg your pardon. It is not 100%. These are the footprints of the institutions. And one of the things you need to see right here is you either see the engulfing, okay? Engulfing right at this point, okay? And at this point, we have more to that, okay? I just want to pinpoint this to you so that you'll be able to know that there are ways you need to draw, you need to validate your trend line before you draw it. And before you start looking at that trend line as the trend line the institutions are looking at. And these are the things the institutions do, which is what a lot, bunch and thousands, millions of traders out there do not know. It takes a lot. Somebody said capital V and capital No. I don't get that. For you to be able to draw your trend line, you need to validate it. That is what I'm trying to say. Okay? We need validation of these two highs, here, here, and here. We need to validate those areas. Okay? And one of those things we need to look out for is to look out for a bearish engulfing among several others. Bearish engulfing, and this is something that is not even completely okay to look at, but that is just as an example. I hope this is very, very clear. So now let me quickly show you, because of our time, how to draw the, okay, how to draw the demand. So now let's say we have a drop right here. Okay. A drop right here. Okay. We assume this is the trend line the institutions are looking at currently, and price push up to this place. The moment price push up to this place, we look at we have, let's say we have a pin bar. Okay. The moment we have a pin bar right here, anytime we see, oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay. See something like this. Okay. The next thing we want to do right here is to draw the demand. Okay. By virtue of this, we've been able to see that the momentum has already been shifted. Okay. And before we draw this demand, we want to validate it. Remember what I told you earlier on, when the retail trader keep buying, the moment they see a push up is happening, the retail traders keep buying, adding to their buy entry. But we don't go into the trade. We wait for price to come back here. Okay, tested it, and the push is definitely going to happen. 90% of the time, guys, 90%. I'm going to show that to you on the chart. Already have a mapped chart on this very chart. I'm going to show that to you. So the moment you have that in place, you wait for price to retest, okay, to retest the demand. Put in your pending order right here, your stop loss right here. Boom, price push up. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So this is the best way to draw your trend line from the top of this week to the low of this week. You draw it into the future, expecting price to come in, push up to the downside. We have 4 ways we draw our trend line. This is one of them. Because of our time, this is one of them. So that is how to draw your demand zone. All right. And if you reverse this concept, you should be able to get the supply zone as well. This happens on any time frame, ranging from 1 minute to any higher time frame. It happens. But there are ways we manage all time frame together. There are ways we put them, correlate them together. This is one of the most effective trading system ever. I tell you guys, if you have come across this, please type in yes in the chat. If you have not, type in no. Be truthful and be sincere to yourself, guys. If you have come across this type of trading system, type in yes. If not, type in no. This is something somebody said seen. That's good. I'm glad you've seen it. Somebody said yes. All right. Yeah. A lot of people said no. Somebody said, Fajobi said yes. But guys, I tell you, we have bunch and more of this. Okay? Somebody said seen too. I'm glad you've seen it. Wow. I'm glad few people have seen this. But guys, I tell you, there are a lot of activities that you need to put together. 1 or 2 people must have learned this, but they are not using it. They're not profitable with it. Why? Because you're not putting in the time. You've not been able to learn it the right way. You've not been able to develop yourself. We have 3 things that is not even part of this anywhere in the world. 3 things that is not even part of this trading system anywhere in the world. You can only find that with us. Trust me, trust my word. I'm telling you this gospel truth. We have 3 things that is being added to this trading system by us. This is very, very unique. You can't find that anywhere in the world. And this type of trading system is not a trading system that you can find just like that. And I can tell you where else you can find it is probably you go to you learn from this institution in the US or in the UK, but you're going to pay thousands of dollars to learn this. Okay, but that is that aside. But I just want to be able to pinpoint and tell you what is right. So now, so that is how to pinpoint the demand area. Okay, we call this momentum shift. We also have momentum continuation where you can enter. We also have momentum continuation. A lot of activities that you need to learn to make you a better trader. Why are you not making money? It's because you've not learned the right thing. Trust me, I've been there, done that. This is my 9th years in the business. And I've been able to trade and coach a lot of people. Took us 2 years to come out with this this orientation class. Why? Because we have a lot of personal training with a lot of students. And we need to dedicate time for those who are ready to learn. So that is it. So now, we talked about how do you use the retail sentiment. The retail sentiment is something that is so powerful. Now I'm going to show you this. Go to my FX book, myfxbook.com, then go to, oh no, sorry, need to go to community. I've clicked on the right thing. Just a moment. Need to figure the right thing. Okay, you click on sentiments. You click on sentiments. Take a clear picture of this in your mind. Let me clear this off. Okay, so market sentiment. Look at this, guys. This is something that proves to you when the retail and the institutions are buying or selling. Okay, if you are able to learn and understand this, it will help you to be able to take your trade. Whenever a market comes into of buy, okay, market comes into your area of buy. Now, this is an institutional movement. By virtue of this, take a look at this. We have the green expecting you to buy. By the time price breaks the trend line right here, we tested this area, and you have the demand right here. Okay, you should have this green. Oops, sorry, network right there. Just a moment, it's going to be restored. Just a moment. Okay, all right. So by the time market comes into this right here, into this demand area, then you should have this green bar to be very small, probably 15% or less than 20%. That is an institutional footprint. I wish to elaborate more on this, but our time is flying higher. I truly wish to elaborate more on this, teach you, show you what is happening, and how to use this retail sentiment effectively to your own advantage. So whenever you see that we have the red going small, this is the footprint of the institutions selling. When we have this green being large, that is the footprint of the retail. So the retail are buying right here, and the institutions are selling. Guys, which one will you follow? Type it in the chat. Which one will you follow? The retail is the green. The institution is the red. So which one will you follow? Everybody. Somebody says sell. Good. So by the time we have our demand right here, I bet you 80% of the time we are expecting to buy, right? Right here. As at that time, you have a small body of green, and the red will be larger. So this is telling us that our zone is valid. So if it does not correspond, then something is wrong somewhere. Maybe there is a news, but a lot of time, the retail sentiment corresponds with our zones, either our supply zone or demand zone. So if we are to look for a supply zone, then definitely it will correspond with the movement of the institutions. So it happens on all currencies. And mind you, this type of trading system, believe me, it works in any market condition. Talk about crypto, talk about stores, talk about synthetic. Wow. It is really, really mind-blowing and lasting. So that is it, guys. You need to know exactly what you are doing. If you want to make money in the financial market, you need to think like a trader. You don't want to think like a gambler. You want to trade along with the institutions. Not that all the time you just feel like, I want to make money, I want to make money. It is not all about that. What you need to do first is to learn something really, something that will help you in the future. Take your time. Is it going to take you 3 months to learn? Take your time to learn it. Is it going to take you 6 months? Take your time to learn it. Is it going to take you a year? Take your time to learn it. It will pay off. You've learned a lot of things in the past, but nothing to show for it because those training systems are not working consistently. They are not consistent. Be equipped. Equip yourself with something that is going to help you make money consistently in the financial market. To learn how to trade in the financial market, I tell you, this is expensive. Okay, to learn how to trade the right way in the financial market, it is expensive. Why? Because you're going to invest in yourself. Most especially in this country of ours, Nigeria. The currency is flying higher. The dollar is flying higher against the naira. So it's a lot of difficult. It's difficult for a lot of people in this part of the world. So that's another thing that we came out that, okay, it is time for us to help the needy. Mr. Amin, please hold your question till the end. I'm going to answer all the questions. We are moving closer. I'm trying to make it faster because of our time, okay? Because of our time, I'm trying to make it faster. I truly wish to explain further on this retail sentiment. And now, let's talk about the economic calendar. Oh, sorry about that. Now, take a look at the economic calendar. Yesterday was 11, if I'm correct. Yesterday was 11. Now, take a look. We had Canadian dollars employment change yesterday, and the news told us that the Canadian dollar was going to be positive. Told us that the Canadian dollar was not going to be positive, which means all the currency pairs against the Canadian dollars will go weak as at that particular point in time. So whenever we see this, it helps us and it tells us that, okay, it is time for us to pick a sell trade. Let's, for example, GBP card. If you take a look at GBP card yesterday, you will notice that we had a drop. Okay, I think I need to show that to some of you. GBP card, where are you? Just a moment. The network is kind of slow, guys. I just want to prove that to you so you know that this really works. So if you go to the lower time frame, sorry about that, the network is kind of so in essence, what I'm trying to say is that the news always corresponds with the supply and demand, the one we trade. Okay, this trading system we are using, the news a lot of time corresponds with that. And I want to challenge you to monitor that. I want to challenge you to monitor that and also monitor the retail sentiment. I say it once again, if the market is pushing up, okay, this is how you're going to get it. Take a look at the Euro USD. If the market is pushing up, then this is going to be small. If the market is pushing down, this is going to be big. Now, let me use another example. Somebody may not be getting that right. let me use AUD USD. Just a moment. Let me go to that chart. AUD USD, where are you? Okay, just a moment, guys. Just bear with me. The network is not that, it's not that good. Okay, so now take a look at this drop on AUD USD. AUD USD. Take a look at. Can you see? Look at this small red. Okay. Look at what would we have here? A drop. Right from this top down to this place, a drop. Because the institutions are selling and the retail are buying, which is the green. The green is the retail. And the red is the institutions. Take a look at which one would you follow? And now take a look at the drop, the sell, which is the institution. So that is what I want you to take a look at. Just monitor that when the market opens during the week and give us your feedback on any of our contacts. Okay. I hope this is very, very clear. So let's go back into that, guys. So I've been able to show you three things: how to use the retail, the retail market sentiment, the calendar. Okay, I've not been able to talk much about this because of our time. Okay, but I've been able to pinpoint the exact thing I want to show you. Okay, just take a look at it whenever it comes into our demand. Okay, and the news is coming on that particular currency pair. If the news is positive, then it's going to help the demand to push up. All right. I hope this is very, very clear. So now let's return to okay. So that is how to learn. That is one of those are part of the things you want to learn and you need to know. So I've been able to show you how to locate that institutional trend line, how to locate the institutional supply and demand. That thing alone, go and monitor it on the chart. Go and monitor it on the chart and trade from that demand alone. And the reverse side, you can use that as a supply. It's as simple as that. I hope this is very, very clear. So we talked about the retail sentiment, how to use the retail sentiment in the direction of the institutions. Okay. We've talked about, I've not been able to talk about the trade management. This is so, it's not so good. Okay, let's quickly talk about it because I'm trying to beat the time. So now let me push. Let's, for instance, we have a demand right here. Okay. Sorry, I beg your pardon, supply. Okay, and price tested it, return. Okay. Oops. And we have a drop right here. Price breaks. Okay, we have a demand right here. All right, we tested it. You have your entry. You have your support. Okay, as price pushes up this way, as price keep breaking all the supply right here, okay, you will definitely going to have supply around here. Okay, price breaks it, gives you another demand. Okay, you push in this stop loss right here, you take it here. Okay, price will test it, push up, break another supply. Okay, give you another demand, retest it, push up, this stop loss comes here. Okay, so that is how until it gets to this final destination. That is how to manage your trade. Okay, and as this happens, you enter more trade. That is how you take more trade. We don't just take trade blindly. I hope this is very, very clear. If this is very well understood, please type in 1 in the chat. Guys, everybody, type in 1 in the chat if this is very well understood. I want to give somebody, 3 people something before I go. 3 people. And what is that? Before I go into that, let me know if this is very, very clear to you and you really understood it. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. Right. All right. Thank you so much. Just take a look at this. These are part of the trading system you want to learn. It is just a micro, how do I put it? Just a micro explanation of how the market looks like. You need to understand this dynamic. You need to understand how the market moves. If you understand these dynamics, I tell you a lot of time you are going to keep making money. If you take losing trade this week, I bet you next week you're going to catch a lot of good trades that are going to pay you. That is it. But a lot of people don't want to pay the dues. A lot of people do not want to sacrifice their time. You need to take the time to learn. The financial market is like you going into the university. Take 4 years course. You read, you write exams. You've been tested, then you go for probably internship. If you're a doctor, you go to bar. If you're a lawyer, then before you enter into the labor market. The same thing goes with the financial market. You need to spend some time to learn. Take that proper education. Equip yourself with the right education. Then from there, you'll be able to trade effectively. And this trading system, one thing that delights me a lot is that it is a pure price action trading system, and it works in any market condition. All right. So now, before we go back, I think I want to show you guys something on the chart. I dare not forget that. Okay. So now take a look at this, guys. I want to show you something. Take a look at this diagram. Look at, we have a downtrend right here. Okay. Look at, we have the zone right here. Look at how price tested this zone. Look at how this zone get tested right here. What happened right after that? A massive push up. What happened right after that? A massive push up. Now we have another zone right here, okay, which get tested by this one, okay, after the break of this trend line. What happened right after that? Price push down. You can imagine this kind of move to the downside. I just want you to see that, so you know that we know what we are talking about. Now take a look at that and tell me how you feel. Tell me what you feel in the market. Now we have another trend line right here. Okay, look at it. Look at our price return back into it right here. Look at, we have the break of the trend line, the momentum shift right here. I told you larger move is going to come. After that, what happened right here? Tested it. Boom. Look at. This is a massive movement to the downside. Okay, I've been able to show you two consistent trades right there. If this is mind-blowing, please type in mind in the chat. Type in mind in the chat, everyone. If this is really, really mind-blowing. So you enter a stop loss right here. This was very close to the stop loss. You enter a trade right here. Look at, this is roughly 1 to 6. This is roughly 1 to 6. Okay, so now we have another trade right here. Look at how it got tested in, and this was out of profits with ratio 1 to 3. This one right here was out of profit, and price is back into the zone again. Right here, we know exactly what is most likely going to happen. We know exactly what is most likely going to happen. These are part of the things you're going to learn. So you should know what is going to happen when a zone, either supply zone or demand zone, get tested. You should know what is likely going to happen. So if you know what is likely going to happen, you are not going to trade blindly. I am not saying our zone don't get removed. Of course, they do a lot of time as well. A lot of time. But we know when the zone will be removed. It's as simple as that. Once we know that a zone is going to be removed, we don't look at that zone. We either wait for the zone to get broken, then we take the opposite trade. A lot of people will say that, you trade with the trend. Fine, it is good. We also trade with the trend. We trade with the trend, no doubt. But we take counter trade. We take counter trade as well. In as much as our buyers or supply or demand tells us that, okay, it is good to take that counter trade, then we take it. Another thing I want to pinpoint, guys, and I want those of you who have been trading for the past couple of days, months, or years to testify to this. Many people don't make consistent profit in the financial market. Why? It is not that their trading system is not working, or probably their trading system is not good enough. They're not making that money simply because the financial market, most forex market, let me be specific. Forex market, if it moves right here, okay, look at, if it does not come to the demand, it will not return. But many people believe on higher time frame, let's say this is higher time frame. Let's say this is higher time frame. Until it comes here, that's when they are going to take their profits. Price mark from here, come here, reverse and go up. But some will make money from here to this place, and this is their take profit. They are expecting it to come down to their take profit. But the next thing they will see is that price will come halfway, return back, sweep all the profit they have made, and possibly eat them out in loss or break even. So if you know how the forex market works, you will be able to take some profit along the line. If it comes to your overall area of take profit, fine. So we use lower time frame demand and supply and demand to pick some of our profit, because we know how the forex market works. So as much as you know what the higher time frame is going to tell you, it gives you confidence of what to look at, of what to expect, and overall it's going to happen. But for those of you who are not that patient, you can't wait for 2 months. I've had a trade for 3 months, 4 months in the past. It's because I have the mindset I can wait. You need to learn the same thing as well. This trading system allows you to pick either you want to be a day trader, you want to be a scalper, you want to be a long-term trader. It gives you that opportunity. All you need to do is just to learn it the right way, being able to draw the supply and demand accurately, draw the trend line accurately. That is it. We have a bunch of videos for you guys, so I'm going to get to that. So I hope this is very, very clear. If what I have shown to you right on this chart is amazing, type in yes in the chat. Type in yes in the chat. If what I've shown to you is really, really amazing, type in yes in the chat. So now we'll be going into the question and answer now. Supply and demand cost strategy masterclass. What we have prepared and we have for you guys is level 2. Okay, it's level 2. We have level 3 as well. So we have pre-class, we have level 1. The pre-class is for those of you who do not know anything about forex market. You want to learn everything about forex market. That is free of charge. You don't know anything about forex market, you want to learn it. We give you access to access that video. You watch it and understand everything about forex. And the level 1 is also free as well. And that gives you the opportunity to be able to learn up to the advanced level. Okay, how to pick a trade, every other thing, how to pick a trade, how to calculate your stop loss, your take profit, and the nitty-gritty about forex market. Then from there, you graduate to the level 2, where the cost strategy will be taught. Okay, so now with this, with all I have shown to you, now I have a deeper lesson on how to locate institutional supply and demand. Like I said, I have 4 to 5 ways that you can locate the institutional supply and demand. 4 to 5 ways. I've been able to show you one. Okay, that one alone, you don't need to argue it. You can take that one alone, make money from any financial market. That one alone, make money from the financial market. Okay, you don't need to argue it, but I have 4 other ways you can use to make money. Okay, the next one is different formation of supply and demand. Okay, how the supply and demands are forming in a different way. All right. So how to draw trend line in a very different way. Okay, there is other specific way that you can also draw this trend line. Okay, that will tell you what is likely going to happen on that particular trend line that you feel is going to be respected or broken. Oh, this I feel really, really proud when I talk about this trading system to any students. Okay, we've had a lot of one-on-one students with this type of training, and believe me, it is really, really mind-blowing, and 90% of them are doing well because they have been able to put in their time. I will tell you before you come into this type of trading system, are you ready to work? Are you ready to put in the time? If you are ready to put in the time, forget about it. So as simple as that. So the next one is how to locate, draw supply and demand zone, and feel confident price will reverse from that spot. If you draw a supply zone or a demand zone, you should feel confident within your mind that this supply zone or demand zone will be respected. Why? How do we do that? We have a way of doing all of that. Okay, the market sentiment that indicates the institutional footprint. What I've been able to show you is what you can hold on to, but there is more deeper look into that on how to do that on lower time frame. All right. Okay, so another thing is that I want to volunteer to put in students on the weekly assessment. Weekly assessment is that we want to be sure that what you are learning, you are on the right track. You know it. It is not all about you having access to everything. Watch it, practicalize. We want to be sure that you know what you are doing. You are doing it the right way it should be done. Because you're going to be we're going to be our product. How can we be proud of you if we teach you something and you are not able to use it effectively? We are not proud. So we want to be proud through that weekly assessment. So that is why I said if you are not ready to work, if you are not ready to put in the hard work, then this whole system is not for you. So the level 2 masterclass is where you're starting from. This is all about our strategy. This is all about the supply and demand, starting from this crash, okay, up to the level 2. You have the level 2 education. My dear brother, my dear sister, you are good to go anywhere. Trust me, trust my word. 100% ironclad guaranteed. You have just the level 2, you are good to go. But the level 3 is a deeper lesson. A deeper lesson, you want to take it much more higher. You want to be able to manage large funds and all of that. The level 3 is there. The level 3 tells you which forces is in play and all of that. Hope this is very, very clear. So like I said I want to give 3 people something really, really amazing. 3 people. Let me quickly show that to you. Just a moment. Okay, take a look at this, guys. I hope you can see we are delighted to announce that at the end of this session, for those who will be taking that action, we have access to our customized t-shirts. Okay, this t-shirt is what is really, really, expensive and mind-blowing. So we want to give this to 3 lucky people, okay, who will be taking the advantage. Just 3 people, not more. All right, so let's go back in. So after all a moment. Okay. Just a moment. So let's talk about our course duration and benefits. Access to our pre-recorded video lessons. These pre-recorded video lessons, we have a lot of bunch of videos that teaches everything, how to draw the trend line, how to draw everything that you need to know. And additionally, we have 5 weeks of live mentorship group class. This is once a week. This is where we we show you more and why price react to a particular area. Okay, why price react to a particular area, and what do we have to trade? What else to look out for? All right. And students weekly trade outlook. So we come together after the training class at the same spot. After the class, we'll go into the financial market, look at potential trade outlook, where you and I can pick out our quality trades for the next or the following week. So now, based on what you've learned so far, guys, I want everybody to be sincere with yourself. How much do you think we can charge for this course? We know how much we charge for those we pick, we are giving one-on-one classes to. Okay, how much do you think we can charge for this course? Be sincere to yourself. What I've taught you right here is just like, let me just say 0.5% of what we have to teach you, like 0.5% out of 100. So be sincere, everybody. Type in something in the chat. How much do you think we can charge for this course, for the 5 weeks training, apart from the pre-recorded videos? Taking the pre-recorded videos alone, guys, you will definitely be able to pick trades on your own. Nothing more, nothing less. The 5 weeks live mentorship is just something that helps you more. Okay? Something that helps you more. Okay, thank you so much. Somebody said $30, somebody said 50, somebody said 100. Okay. Somebody said, don't mind those not in Nigeria, serious. Okay. Somebody said, yeah, we understand the country is hard. Okay. So now for us, sincerely speaking, guys, the level 2 alone, we consider it to be much more than 100. Okay, we consider it to be much more than 100. Nothing more, nothing less. If you really want to enroll in this class, it is $120. $120. Okay. For the one-on-one class, we charge as high as $350 per person. For the one-on-one class, as high as $350 per person, just for the level 2 alone. But we understand the country is hard, everything is hard, and we have placed this enrollment at 120. But for those of you who are here, trust me, we are not putting this 120. We are putting it at $70. Okay? Why? Because we understand the country is hard, considering the exchange rate of Naira to the dollar. The country is hard. So putting it at $120, we may not be able to help a lot of people. Okay, so we have been able to, for those of you who are here alone, and now I want to give the $70 enrollment to 3 people. To 3 people. We are giving this enrollment to 3 people, and the moment you enroll, you also have access to our teachers. Okay, that is the free gift I'm giving to those 3 people. The first 3 people who is going to enroll this night, we are giving you free t-shirts. Okay, we are giving you free t-shirts. Thank you. Somebody, Mr. Ibrahim, said 200. Thank you so much. And those who said $30, $35, I can understand how you feel. I can understand how you feel. So that is why we've been able to. We are giving those of you who are here right now. After this call, after this training class, it goes back to $120. I'm sorry about that. So we are giving the those of you who will be enrolling in this class tonight at $70, all right? And the first 3 people who will come in, we have access to our free t-shirts, okay? So if you are enrolling from Nigeria, the rate is $1,600, sorry, 1,600 naira per dollar, all right? If you are interested, please, if you are in Nigeria, we'll put in the, okay, we'll put in the, just a moment, let's put in the accounts. Okay, if we are to give you the company account, it's we need to quickly assess the payment of those who are interested, and the first 3 people who will come in will be given the free t-shirts. Okay, just a moment. Let me try to put that in the chat. Okay, just a moment. Okay. So the rate is at 120. Let me pull the. All right. So if you are paying through USDT, that is it. If you want to pay through, you are in Nigeria, you want to pay, you can just use the OPay account and send us the screenshot of your payment as soon as you've done that. We are not sure if we are going to post the recording of this class, because what we have shared is really, really mind-blowing. So it is basically for those of you who are here. So for you to be able to contact us, kindly reach out to us. That's our business line right there, our WhatsApp and Telegram contact. Okay. Once you've made your payments, you can go ahead and make your payments. Send us a screenshot on this WhatsApp number or on Telegram. The first 3 people, remember, who make the payments will get access to the t-shirt. Okay. After the first 3 people, we are going to close the slot for the t-shirt. All right. So let me know if you are coming in for the payments. Let me know. So before we close the session, if you have any question, please, let's hear it out. If you have any question, please, let's post in your question in the chat, or if you want to put in the voice, I can unmute you. Quick one. Waiting. Somebody said time frame used for day trading does not really matter. Depends on the demand and supply. The live classes is starting this Wednesday. Okay. So I'm going to take those who are coming in. It's starting this Wednesday. That's on the 16th of this month. Starting on the 16th of this month. Okay. You must have been able to access all the videos, finish all the videos before the class. All right. All right. So guys, thank you so much. If you are coming in for the class, so put in your payments and get in touch with us. All right. And if you lost anything and you want to contact us on any of our contacts. Okay, either on WhatsApp or Telegram. All right. So thank you so much. Any question in the chat? Okay. Somebody said, Alazan said, does the financial institution also alter the smaller crypto assets? Well, sometimes it's happened like that, but mostly if you want to trade the crypto, I advise to trade the higher time frame. I hope this is clear. Thank you so much, Abdul. Yes, yes, we do have students using the system, of course. But like I said, we have not, this is the first time we are launching this to the public, all right? This is the first time we are launching this to the public. So we do not have the public access. I hope this is very, very understood. So what I said, can you answer the question there? What is the question? You can repost your question, iTrade. You can repost your question. I have just answered the question. Do you have a current and active committee with students using the system? Of course we do, but that is not for the public because we have just launched the course, the public. Yes, of course, Aliazan, this system works on crypto. Trust me, trust my word. It works with crypto, it works with the stock, the forex market, and synthetic. But you need to be careful with synthetic because it's being manipulated a lot. Well, some have just said, well, we can still give you the access to pay on Monday. Okay, reason is this, because you are a particle of this class, right? But for those who have access to the t-shirt, it's just for the first 3 people. All right, all right. So any other question? All right, Mr. Femi, thank you so much. All right, so guys, super celebrate everyone in the absence of no questions. If you have any issue, you want to contact us, send us your payments, payment screenshots on any of our contacts so we get you enrolled. The first 3 people will be having access to the t-shirt, like I said. So once we have those 3 people, that is close, except you. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Sam. Okay, so guys, I'm going to see more of you on the group. If you have any question, feel free to drop it on the group or give us a call or chat with us on any of our contacts. All right, thank you so much. I super celebrate you. Celebrate yourself by typing in 555 in the chat. Celebrate yourself by typing in 555 in the chat. I'm going to see you at the top and not from the top. All right, my name remains Abolade Adekola. People call me the Kingmaker, and all our students call me the Kingmaker. You are super celebrated, and I see more of you on the group. Bye bye for now. Have a lovely night, and God bless.